So today, gonna be trying something a little bit different. Not really talking about Doctor Who. Instead, going to be in the Halloween. I've got pumpkin gloop on me. I'm going to be in the Halloween spirit. I'm gonna be carving a Doctor Who pumpkin. I am extremely artistically challenged. I'm not very good when it comes to anything crafty or arty or anything, unless it's technology wise. So this is a bit out of my confidence area, but I'm not just doing my own. I've also got my girlfriend who's hiding on the floor, and she'll also be doing a pumpkin. I had a look last night at some design inspiration, and I decided upon a TARDIS. Never mind, TARDIS was stolen out from underneath me. I will be doing Dug-a-Doo from the iconic Interstellar Song Contest. Very scary, I know. Safety is number one priority in this house, so make sure you're not going to hurt anyone with your machines. But first things first is making a kind of stencil to cut around. Otherwise, you're just blindly cutting. This is probably actually the bit that I'm the worst at. So I've got this pen, and I've got to now draw Mr. Dug-a-Doo. Big news just in as I was trying to. I mean, this will come out a day after I filmed it, so it will be relevant. But I've just literally found out this second that Doctor Who is returning in Christmas 2026, which is crazy because, I mean, don't get me wrong, that's a long way away, but I was convinced it was done. So that's now that's all I'm going to be thinking about while carving this pumpkin. Let's just say in celebration of that fact, I will be carving Dug-a-Doo from the most recent season of Doctor Who as a celebration of that, with a special episode written by Russell T Davies. Disney Plus confirmed they will not be partnering on the next season of the sci-fi show. So Disney's gone, but the BBC remain fully committed to the show, and obviously they helped with the war between the land and the sea, which is still not due to air yet. And they're saying that they've obviously still got the war between land and sea on BBC iPlayer and BBC One, as well as the brand new CBeebies animation, which is in development, which we only saw a little bit of in kind of leaks and stuff. And the Doctor Who Christmas special will be produced by Bad Wolf and BBC Studios. So there we have it. New Doctor Who is confirmed. One singular episode. Whether Russell T Davies is going to try and close things off properly this time, who knows? But I don't have a lot of time until the sun sets, so I've got to get stenciling. Now the real question is, do I go for front on Dug-a-Doo, or do I go for sideways Dug-a-Doo? Because front on Dug-a-Doo does look kind of goofy. Side on Dug-a-Doo, and so he's got a round head, of course, but he's also got like a little mohawk going on. Do they have two antennae? I can't tell if they've got two. Oh, they do have two antennae, but only one's going to be visible. Start the round shape of Dug-a-Doo head, and then ears, kind of Spock-ish ears, and then top of his head. Oh, he hasn't got a very circular head. I've got a little antenna at the top there, and then I don't really know how to do the mohawk. Won't lie. Just go to the head, round again, and then Dug-a-Doo. Obviously, he's got the Dug-a-Doo trumpet face. So let's go out there. Big. Ooh. No, we do that antenna. Just gonna be that. And then two nice black dots for the eyes. Got the Dug-a-Doo trumpet nose a little bit wrong, so I've changed that a little bit. Yeah, that's wonderful. That is absolutely gorgeous. I think I am basically done. The eyes don't look right at all. So here is what I am working with my Dug-a-Doo stencil. His snout trumpet is quite long, but that's okay. So this is going to be a difficult part because you can't really go back from a lot of this bit. I've got to try and figure out what parts I actually want to cut out and what parts I want to keep. What is clear is that his mouth hole has to go. That one's obvious. So I guess I have to get out my trusty knife and start carving. I'm not very good at creating nice curves on these kinds of things. I suppose that's something that you can kind of do afterwards and kind of cut them out nicely. I feel like I'm getting somewhere here. I'd be very interested to see other people's pumpkins this year. Any celebratory pumpkins for the new Christmas special next year. Right, so actually let's retract the knife. And bosh, 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 bosh. Oh, there we go. Duggadoo's mouth has been Duggadoo-goned. Dugga-gone, Dugga-don't. Dugga-don'ted, Dugga-done. Dugga-done makes a lot more sense. So far, so good. That's kind of the easy part done. The eyes are going to be a nightmare. I feel like I'm gouging out someone's eyeballs here, which I guess I kind of am. That's not looking great. Oh, he looks kind of sad, actually. Okay, one of his eyes, much worse than the other. Eyes and snout thing cut out. Okay, I think his mohawk is next to be gone. Oh, I'm being pumpkin splatting on my face. Good thing I've got protective glasses on. Okay, if it doesn't want to go in, it's out. It's got to go in. That worked, actually. Yeah, fair enough. Not much is changing, don't get me wrong, but we have eyes cut out, mohawk. Oh, wait, I forgot this bit. And mouth cut out. Gonna need to add some layers in, definitely. Otherwise, it's not gonna look very interesting. It's funny, that announcement of the new Christmas special next year, because I mean we were all so confident that that's it for a while. Okay, I think in terms of holes, that's kind of everything. It's the rest of it's just going to have to be half cut out parts to kind of get a few layers in there, which is not something I have ever done before on a pumpkin. So this might not end well. I think the mouth circle could be separate from the snout. Kind of just leaves me with like more questions for the most part about was there always going to be a 2026 Christmas special, or have they done this in retrospect in light of what's happened? I mean, clearly, a lot of us were, well, a lot of us, I mean, for the most part, it was, we suspected it was we were waiting for the war between land and sea for Disney to then make a decision as to what's happening, even though it was quite obvious that they weren't going to do any more, especially with the announcement that the war between land and sea will apparently air 2 months later on Disney Plus than on BBC iPlayer over here. Yeah, has Russell T Davies and the BBC responded to what's going, like, presumably the Christmas special will follow what's happened, right, with Billie Piper returning, as it says, presumably, like, is she the Doctor? I don't know. Presumably it should answer those questions, but it's, for all we know, with Russell T Davies's track record in the last couple of seasons, literally anything could happen. Ow. I stabbed myself. No, that doesn't look right at all. So there's the ear done. So mouth and ear. I'm assuming it's an ear anyway. Mouth and ear semi-carved. I'll obviously clean it up a little bit afterwards. But I think the antenna are going to have to do a bit of semi-carving as well. And I think for the most part, that'll be it. I'm not really smart enough to know how to do this properly. So I think that will probably end up being it. I might carve a little bit at the bottom. So I got to this point. I've gotten to this point, and I realised the pen's not going to be there when it's done. I kind of forgot that I still need to cut out the lines. But literally the only thing I've got to do left now is cut out all of the extra lines that you obviously can't see. You won't see when there's a candle in it. Lino tool to cut out the rest of the lines. It's like it's in its name, guys. Lino tools for cutting out lines. So I'm on the home straight. I'm just cleaning bits up basically here, there and everywhere. One of his antennas is absolutely fucked. Okay. Pumpkin Dugadoo is Le Fin. Absolutely gorgeous. A few little errors here and there, don't get me wrong. I definitely would have done a better job with the left antenna. The antenna blobs at the top look completely different sizes. Okay, in retrospect, this looks absolutely terrible. That's not even retrospect. Current spec, this looks absolutely terrible. But guys, it's the thought that counts, right? And you can clearly see out of these two pumpkins which one is the best one. Let me tell you right now, it's the one with the ears. One of us is an artist and one of us isn't. Let me know what you think of our pumpkins and how Dugadoo shines brighter than everyone else's pumpkins. Comment below what you think about this new Doctor Who Christmas special for next year, and also, you know, what you think of my pumpkin. But thank you very much for watching this pumpkin carving Doctor Who video, and happy Halloween.